So we have plenty of time. There we go. And because I didn't grab the strap originally, I'm going to grab mine now. So if you need to take a moment to grab a strap, then please do. Then come to a comfortable seat. I'm just going to take a moment to center in our seat. We're not going to stay here for a super long time. We're going to stand up pretty quickly. So shift and move in your seat. And remember, that's a comfortable one. So if sitting cross-legged is not comfortable, sit a different way, okay? Now, resting hands on your legs. If it's comfortable for you here, give a little press. And then lengthen up to the sides. Shoulder blades are on your back. As you let your eyes close, take a moment with your breath. Give yourself permission here to take the deepest breath you've taken all day. And then begin to add a little detail with the breath here. Noticing how long the inhale is naturally. Maybe a count of 4, maybe 5, whatever it happens to be for you. And then as you exhale, notice a little longer breath. So if you have a 4 or 5 on the inhale, then maybe a 6 or 7 on the exhale. Inhale to that natural count. And exhale to that place that's a little bit longer. A couple more this way. Inhale to that natural place. And exhale just a little bit longer. And then as you release this counted breath, take just a couple of natural breaths, not trying to count, not trying to emphasize anything. Just inhale and exhale in and out of your nose. With hands connecting at heart center, take your next couple of breaths to tune into an intention for yourself. Allowing this intention maybe to be something that you carry off the mat and even into your holiday. Maybe it's an intention of gratitude or compassion or finding the joy. On your next exhale, bowing towards your heart, honoring yourself for taking this time to tune in, to be present. And now softly opening your eyes and releasing your hands. And we're going to come up to stand at the front of our mats. Go ahead and grab your strap or whatever you're using to come up to stand at the front of your mat. And then find inner hip bone distance apart and parallel with feet, or you can always take them a little bit wider. Sometimes a nice thing to do for yourself, especially at the beginning of your practice. So now, take your strap out in front of you. You can fold it in half here if you have a long one like I have. But whatever you're using, you're going to hold out in front of you about shoulder height, but then think of a little wider bent shoulders with your hands. Palms are down. Your thumbs are wrapped underneath whatever you're using. Now pull against the strap and draw your shoulder blades onto your back. Lengthen the back of your neck, and now inhale, lift your arms up overhead, try to keep your shoulder blades engaged. Exhale, lower your arms back down to shoulder height. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, arms back down to shoulder height. We're going to do this a couple more times, starting to work through some of that rotation and some of the shoulder blade work. Good. One more breath here. And then back to about shoulder height. If you need to give your arms a break, feel free to lower them for a moment and shoulders. But then back to shoulder height, and you're gonna take it just a little bit wider, pull against the strap, and then as you start to turn your thumbs up, so your palms are turning to face each other, keep shoulder blades engaged, and then elbows naturally turn down, elbow pits naturally turn up. So now I want you to resist that and try to lift your elbows up even as you turn your thumbs up. Yeah, shoulder blades engage, take a full, big, deep breath, and notice as you lift your elbows and turn your thumbs up, what is activating? What's there? Full, big breath. And then gently release the strap down. Take hands behind your back to clasp. Press palms together, lift your shoulders up and back, shoulder blades engage. And from this place, with a little bend to your knees, you're rooting into the floor, lifting up and open through your heart space. Think of your head as being in line with the rest of your spine. So instead of dropping it back, lengthen the back of your neck. And then release your arms. Go ahead and give them a little shake. Okay, last shoulder thing here. Arms out to cactus. And then as you press back with your elbows, think of shoulder blades engaging and then tilting a little forward with your elbows, a little back with your fingertips. And then cross left elbow over your right. You can either come to hugs or you can come to taking your palm here for eagle arms. Wherever that is for you, elbows lift to shoulder height, shoulder blades engage, and think of tops of shoulders getting broad. And then release your arms back to that cactus place or goal post. Elbows are up at shoulder height, press back, feel the shoulder blades engage, and then tilt a little up with elbows, back with fingertips. And now wrap right elbow over the left, and again, you can come to hugs or eagle, whichever feels the best in your body. Lift to shoulder height, plug in with shoulder blades, take a big breath. And then release your arms. And again, give a little shake. And then reset your feet and lift and spread your toes. Bring some awareness to that contact of your toes and your feet. And then root down with your toes. Palms turn, lift your shoulders up and back. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, soft knees, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen, bring hands up above your knees. Think of knees staying bent. Lift sitting bones and extend your chest forward. Exhale, fold over your legs. Hands to hips, press back on hips. Lift up with shoulders, lift up with elbows, and rise. And release your arms. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bent knees, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time, with your little bend to your knees, squeeze your glutes, reach arms wide, start to lift shoulders and rise all the way up to stand, arms overhead. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Okay, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bent knees, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Plant fingertips, and you can always have something underneath your hands here. Step your right foot back into your lunge. Center with your hips and grow long through your spine. Take a deep breath. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, step back with your left foot into your lunge. Center with your hips. And again, grow longer through your sides. Hip to armpit grows. Full breath. Inhale, step forward. And exhale, work your right foot back into your lunge again. And this time, find whatever you have for your blocks. And it could be a chair or a stool or a stack of books. And if you have just one thing, then bring your hands to the inside, to the right side of your left leg. If you have two, then you can have them on either side of your front leg. But extend longer through your heart. And then work your front leg towards straight. And we're going to start to move with our breath just a few times. Wrap your left hip back. Push your left big toe mound down. And now inhale, bend into your front knee. Exhale, work your front leg towards straight. Inhale, bend, and exhale, straight. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Now inhale, bend into your front knee. You can bring your back knee down if you would like to here. Then we'll take our spinal twist. Right hand on the ground or a block on the edge of your mat. Left hand to your knees. You turn your belly and your heart more to the left side. Shoulder blades are engaging. Feel free to stretch. Top arm to the sky here if you would like to. Full big deep breath. And exhale, both hands come down to the front of your mat. You can use blocks or the floor to lift your back knee and step forward. Then exhale, left foot steps back into your lunge. And from this place, extend longer through your heart. Wrap your right hip back. Pushing down with your right big toe mound. Take an exhale, work your front leg towards straight. Inhale, bend into your front knee. Exhale, front leg straight. Inhale, bend in. One more time, full exhale, full inhale. And now, back knee can come down or it can stay lifted, your choice. Left hand on your mat or on the floor or on your block. Right hand to your knee, turn your belly and your heart to the right side, taking that spinal twist. Take a full big breath and notice shoulder blades engaging, maybe stretch your top arm to the side. Big breath. And then exhale, both hands come down to the front of your mat. And again, blocks or the floor, your choice. Inhale, step forward, and exhale, fold over your legs. Hands to hips. Press back on hips, lift shoulders, lift elbows, and rise all the way up to stand. And then we're going to take a balance. And as we balance, if it's better for your body to balance against a wall or near a wall, you can come to stand sideways or you can come with your back to the wall, okay? So we're going to do a little bit more hamstring stretch from a balance. Balancing on your left foot, lift your right knee in towards your chest and clasp underneath. And if clasping underneath your thigh is a bit tricky this morning, then you might use a strap underneath your thigh or a towel underneath your thigh to hold on. But take a moment here to take a full big breath and start to push down into your hands or whatever you're using with your thigh. From that place, as you push down, think of wrapping down with your right hip. So you might notice your knee turn a little bit more to the right side and then begin to press foot forward. And then inhale, draw your heel back in, release the press a little bit, and then press again and draw your foot forward. And then release the heel back in, release the press, and then press again. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale, heel in. Exhale, press again and extend. Inhale, heel draws in, and release your foot back down and shake it out. And now find your balance onto your right foot and lift your left knee up in toward your chest. And then clasp underneath your thigh. And now wrap your hip down here and start to press hamstrings into hands. Lift up with your heart and then begin to extend. As you press hamstrings, reach your heel. Inhale, draw your heel back in. And exhale, press again and extend. Inhale, release your heel. And exhale, extend and press. Good. Inhale, heel draws back in, release your hands and set your foot down. And then come back to inner hip distance apart and parallel with your feet at the front of your mat. Lift and spread your toes and then root them down. Inhale, reach your arms wide and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Inhale, lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. We're planting our hands on blocks here or whatever you're using. to step your right foot back into your lunge and work your right leg towards straight. Always a little micro bend, especially if you are a hyperextender. So now from this place, push down with your big toe down and wrap your left hip back. Now your right knee bends a little bit and send your sitting bones up. Tilting your pelvis just that little bit. Right hand underneath your right shoulder on whatever you're using for a prop. Left thumb into your hip crease and press back onto your hip crease. You might notice that your big toe mound tries to pop up when you do that, so push it back down. And then begin to turn your belly and your heart more toward the left side. Push down with your bottom hand, maybe stretch left arm up. Maybe keep it at your hip crease to help you keep that movement of your hips to more level. Full big deep breath. Grow longer through your ribs, your collarbones, the crown of your head. And exhale, both hands come down, bend into your front knee, and then step back this time. Downward facing dog pose and take a couple big breaths. And now you can stay here, you can come to child's pose, or you can inhale, come forward into a plank. Use knees on the ground if you want to, but find that rotation of elbow pits, turning them a little forward and push. Go longer through your front. Exhale, bend elbows and lower down. Inhale, lift up and open through the chest. Lift the shoulders and come reaching back through the triceps toward the wall behind you. Lengthen the back of your neck. Whatever height cobra you need here. Then exhale, downward facing dog pose. And now walk your way forward, coming into your forward fold at the front of your mat. As many steps as you need. Use whatever props. Inhale, lengthen part way. And exhale to fold. And then plant fingertips. It's your left foot stepping back this time into your lunge. And now push down with your right big toe mound and work your right leg towards straight. And as you find that spot for yourself, we'll first work a little more evenness and movability to our hips. So right hip wraps back, little bend to your back knee, your left knee, and send your sitting bones up as you extend through your heart. Left hand, wrist under shoulder, right thumb into your hip crease. And as you push it back and keep your big toe mound pressing down, turn your belly and your heart toward the right side. Shoulder blades are on your back. Maybe you stretch that top arm to the sky. Deep breath. Extend even further through your heart. Shoulder blades engage. And then exhale, both hands come down to the front of the mat. Bend into your front knee. And step all the way back, downward facing dog pose. Take a full breath. This time, knees all the way down to the ground and settle hips back towards your heels into your child's pose. And as you come to your child's pose, take a moment to move a little bit. Little shift of hips. Maybe you're rocking from side to side over your forehead. And now, rising up just a little ways, and then you're gonna find whatever you're using for props for out in front of you. And it can be a pillow, it can be your blocks, whatever it happens to be. And you're setting them out a little ways in front of you so you have space between your knees and your blocks. You might push them a little further. So you want to be able to wrap your fingers over the edge as you settle your head down. And as you settle your head, if it doesn't come all the way down, it's okay. Or if you need to take the blocks away, that's also okay. Take a couple big, deep, Full inhales and exhales. And now gently push the blocks away. And you're gonna rise to hands and knees, and we'll take another spinal twist. So from here, passing right arm through to the left side to settle down toward side of your head and your shoulder. Maybe you set your head up on something here, or whatever you need to do to make it more comfortable. Left fingertips are your support to help you maybe inch yourself a little further underneath. Take a full, big, deep breath. And then gently unwind and pass left arm through to the right side, coming down onto your shoulder and side of your head. And then use your right fingertips to help press in and maybe work a little further underneath. Full deep breath. And then gently unwind and bring hips off to the side and then legs out in front. And we're going to take a modified version of a forward fold for a moment. So grab whatever you have for a prop, pillow or bolster, or maybe a rolled up blanket. And we're going to put our prop underneath our legs and let our legs extend over the prop. You can have wide legs or narrow legs or anywhere in between. But take a moment to move your sitting bones. And then push down with fingertips and lift up tall. And then as you exhale and fold over your legs, you can always reach out to hold your feet, your shins, maybe hands on the floor. One of my personal favorites is to bring elbows up to my thighs to decide where this is for you today. As you close your eyes here, if that's comfortable, take a couple more deep breaths. Give yourself the information of whatever it is that's happening in your body, whatever is present for you. And then gently bring yourself back upright, footprints to the ground. And we're going to make our way onto our backs, but make sure that you can reach all your stuff. So as you come down onto your back, if you know that maybe a rolled up blanket underneath the neck is nice for Shavasana, then feel free to get that ready. And then come all the way down to your back, the knees hugged in towards your chest, and rock a little side to side, giving yourself that moment to lengthen the back body, to use the floor as a massage tool. And now set your footprints on the ground and drop your knees in together to touch. And we're going to come back to those eagle arms that we did while we were standing. So first, come to a cactus place. Palms are facing up. And take a big breath into that space between your shoulder blades. And now wrap the left elbow over the right, and you can come to hugs, or you can come to holding on to the bottom of your palm, whichever feels the best. And then again, take a deep breath into that space, right between the shoulder blades. And then release your arms back to that cactus, and then switch. Right arm over the left. And again, either hugs or hold on to the bottom of your palm or maybe the base of your thumb. And take that big breath. And then releasing your arms, go ahead and rest them down by your sides. Walk your feet out wider than your mat. And slow dropping of knees side to side. Take some windshield wipers here, giving yourself that chance to check in with the hips, the low back, quads, whatever's showing up in your body here. And now back into center. One last thing before we rest. Lift your right leg toward the ceiling, and how bent it is entirely dependent on how tight your hamstrings are. And then we're going to clasp around the back side of our thigh. And then little pulses, moving your hands up and down the back side of your thigh from just around the knee to just around the sitting bone and all those spots in between, pressing in each time you move your hands. And then releasing your foot back down, lift your left leg. And same thing, clasp around the back side of your thigh and begin those pulses. Moving your hands and then pushing hamstrings in, and then moving your hands and pushing hamstrings in. And again, up toward the knee, down toward the sitting bone, all those spots in between. And then go ahead and release both feet down and begin to set yourself up into your best version of Shavasana today. Set your legs up on something if you want. Completely rest out without any props if you want. Come to a seated meditation if you would like to. Begin to take a deeper breath. Bring some gentle movement into your fingers and into your toes, into your wrists, and into your ankles. And then as you're ready to bend your knees and roll to your side, take a full breath. Slowly pressing yourself back up to your seat. Find your comfortable seat. And with hands connecting at heart center, take a moment to even out your breath again and tune back into your intention. Have a very peaceful, very beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.